So for me, it doesn't matter what background you come from, who you are, your age, your gender. You're just here to play rugby and make friends.
Yeah, definitely. Just to kind of echo what Sam said, it's that whole kind of inclusive nature, kind of like a family when you're on the pitch and stuff like that. It's, through the wins and the losses, you're all here to have fun. There's no bad atmosphere, there's no bad sportsmanship or anything like that. It's just a great environment to play rugby in and make friends and just have a great time, really. So I'm a game man myself, and I recently just moved to the area, and I'm quite sporty and I want to find more like-minded friends, and that's why I joined an inclusive gay rugby team. And I found that my social life flourished, and I found that my fitness has kind of gotten better a lot as well. I'm playing a sport that I love with some great friends. That was why I chose an inclusive team, for that inclusive factor more than anything else.
Hi Neil.
Hi, you're short.
I'm good, thanks.
Oh, I've got a message there from you.
Oh, do you?
Oh, just it's just you saying thanks.
Oh.
Just the Facebook Messenger message. That's all. Right, good evening, guys. Welcome to session number 7 of our most recent set of lockdown sessions. I come first of all with some potentially very good news. I have been reliably informed that, provided everything goes to plan with the easing of lockdown, that our O2 touch sessions will be starting in the week following March 29th. So that is something to look out for. I wonder, does that mean that there'll be the summer draft tournament this as well? I wonder, is that a potential thing to look forward to as well? So what we've got, guys, coming up ahead is we may as well get ready for that return to training, shall we? Make sure that we are as fit as can be. So we're going to start off with, as always, a little bit of a warm-up. We're going to stick with the same warm-up that we did last week, okay? Because it's a really, really nice, effective warm-up. Gets all the major joints moving. So we start off, as I pretty much always do, with a walkout. So what we're going to do is, if you weren't here last week, what we're going to do is we're going to walk out, hands on the floor. When you get all the way out, lie onto the floor, arms out to the side, and it's scorpion kick to the left hand, scorpion kick to the right hand, and then back to the center. From there, wide mountain climber with a big twist. Same on the other side, wide mountain climber with a big twist. And then from there, back up onto your feet and 3 deep squats. Now that's going to be our warm-up cycle. We're going to spend 3 minutes on that one, 3 minutes on that one. So I'll go through it with you. We're going to get going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So we start off with that walk out, chest onto the floor, arms out, that scorpion kick right, scorpion kick left. Then your wide mountain climber, so big step, big twist, step back, swap sides, big step, big twist. Walk your hands back till you're on your feet. Grab your toes, shoelaces, ankles, basically stay bent over. Come into 3 deep squats. 3, following the 3rd deep squat, just straight back into that next walk out onto the floor. Nice twist, nice twist. Try and flow through it as much as you can. So again, wide mountain climber, nice twist. Wide mountain climber, nice twist. Walk back up onto your feet, straight into those 3 squats. And again, take this at your own pace. Once you get used to the movement, start to flow through that a little bit quicker if you can. If you're happy enough with the movement, you know what you're doing, just fly ahead. Alternatively, slow it right down, spend a bit of extra time in each position. Again, that nice big step forward, that nice big twist, that step back, walk onto your feet and down. Now again, if you're flowing through this and you forget a stage, it's no big deal. You just move into the next one each time. So again, just that step out. 3 deep squats, getting that stretch in the hamstrings, feeling that through the groin as you squat down each time. Nice twist, nice twist. Big mountain climber. This is good. So I wonder, I've only heard so far about the O2 touch. I am hoping that also means that the 15s will be coming back in the same week, but I've not heard about that one yet, so I'll not claim knowledge of that. But for anybody that's looking forward to getting back into playing touch, that is some exciting news. So we have still got another 30 seconds, so keep flowing through that one. I'm just going to just pin my camera to the front, if that's all right. There we go. So I'm not a little teeny tiny camera in the corner. So yeah, so we're working through that for another 20 seconds. Now, like we've done over the last couple of weeks, we split this into sections. Okay, so hopefully you've seen my post on the IGR page earlier on. If you didn't, doesn't really matter. We need a little bit of equipment this week. You're going to need a chair. Okay, so form a chair, any form of chair, fairly sturdy. If you're going to be putting your feet on it at different stages, so if you want to keep it clean, make sure you grab a towel to throw over the top of the chair as well. Okay, guys, time there. Time is up. Grab yourselves a quick drink. But you will have plenty of time to grab that because you do not need anything apart from your own body weight for the first section. First section is going to last 16 minutes. What we're going to work at is sort of high intensity interval training. It's going to be 45 seconds on, 15 seconds of rest, and you're going to go twice round an 8 exercise circuit. Okay, so it's going to go twice round an 8 exercise circuit. Now I'm going to be demoing the exercises each time, but I'll try and demo ahead of time so that you can see what's ahead. So when you get to that 15 seconds of rest, make sure you get yourself to a spot where you can see the camera, where you can see the screen, because that's particularly when I'll be demoing the next one in particular. So like I said, you don't need anything for this first block, just your body weight and a little bit of space. Now, I'll demo the first one just ahead of time, and then I'll get my timer started and we'll get going. So your first exercise is going to be a squat and pulse into a squat thrust. So we're looking for 2 pulses. So 1, 2, feet out, feet in, 1, 2, feet out, feet in, 1, 2, feet out, feet in, 1, 2. And now each time that you land, try and land your feet flat on the floor. So you don't land on your toes, you land feet flat on the floor each time. So it's that 1, 2, feet out, feet in, 1, 2 each time. Okay, so if you need to go wider stance like I do, you can do that there where you land a little bit wider through your feet. Okay, let's get ourselves ready for exercise number 1. You know it's coming up, it's 45 seconds long. Where is me timer. There it is. Okay, guys, so we're going to get going in 5 seconds time. In 5 seconds time, and you might be able to hear the beep through this.
1.
Off we go. Let's go. So off we go. 45 seconds. So again, every time, just that 2 pulses. So 1, 2, feet out, feet in. 1, 2, feet out, feet in. 1, 2, feet out, feet in. Your goal in this is to never stand up. So there's no need to stand up at any stage through this 45 seconds. This is good. So keep working. You may hear the beep. If you don't hear the beep, you should hear me saying rest. Hopefully I remember to say it. We're going into a low push out with step next. So I'll demo that in just a second. Let's keep working. You're inside the last 5 seconds. And rest. So your next one will be low press up, step out, up, down, step out, up, down, step out, up, down, going in. Now, off we go. So again, get low in that press up. So demo from the side. So low press up, step 1 foot out, step it back again, step the other foot out, step it back again, up, down, out, out, up, down, out, out, up, down each time. So you're working through that one. Keep your chest as low to the floor as you can. Don't let yourself rest on the floor. It is a challenge. We're going to come into those curtsy lunges next. So that step over lunge, crossover lunge, but with a pulse this time. That's going to be our next exercise. You're going to get to rest in a couple of seconds time. Resting in 2, 1, time. So the curtsy lunge, step across, pulse, 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 step across, pulse, pulse, pulse each time. So it's that 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Ready? Off we go. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Each time. That crossover, 1 foot behind the other. Try not to fall over like I just did. 3 pulses and then step across. The pulse, you keep your knee, you keep your hip dead close to the floor. So it's that crossover. 1, 2, 3. Crossover. 1, 2, 3. Dead simple. Keep working. 45 seconds. Stay nice and low. Get crossed over into it. Good. Nice stride back as well. Try and create that. Now we're going to a side-to-side push-up. Again, I'm going to demo this head on. You can put your knees down if necessary, but you will have your hands out to the sides, okay? So you'll have your fingertips out to the sides on this next one. Time, rest. So fingertips out to the sides. You can go from your toes or from your knees, and you're going to come side to side. So down on one side, back to the middle, down on the other, back to the middle. Off we go. Let's go. So down on left, middle, right, middle, left, middle, right, middle each time. So again, that shift from side to side. Again, like I said, from the side, if you do that from the toes, fine. Also from the knees, fine. Do it at the right level for you. The wider you put your hands, the more challenging this one becomes. Okay, because if you can fully extend one arm, it gets very challenging. Let's try and test my memory, which is terrible today. What have we got? Single leg squat, excellent. Everyone's least favorite. Okay, guys, time, 15 seconds. You're going into an alternating single leg squat. So what we're looking for, that squat down as low as you can on one side, come back up. Now, if you can go lower than I can, great, but just get as low as you can. Tap down and go again. Ready? Off we go. Let's go. So it's that heel taps the floor, stand up. Heel taps the floor, stand up each time. You get as low as you can in that one. The lower, the better. Now again, this depends a little bit on your flexibility. As an example, I have the ability to go all the way to the floor. However, I don't have the flexibility, so what will happen? I go down and that happens because my weight goes too far back. So I limit the depth to allow me to get those reps back to back. Now the next one requires a little bit of coordination. It's going to be a sit out, sometimes known as a break dancer. And time. So from all fours, lift your knees, you're going to lift your left hand and your right foot comes through. Then you lift your right hand, your left foot comes through. And it's that switch from side to side. From side to side. Off we go. Let's go. So again, that pivot. You'll end up sitting on one bum cheek, then you lift up, pivot, and end up sitting on the other bum cheek. And it's a swap each time. Try and be quite dynamic with it, or as dynamic as your body allows. Nice quick pivot from side to side each time. We've got one more exercise in this block. Which is like a broken down burpee, or burpee broken down into constituent parts. So we're just going to go into a walkout and jump. So let's keep working all the way to the end. Time, 15 seconds to recover. Your next one's going to be that walkout. So walk out, press up position, then walk back in, jump up, walk out. Walk back in, jump up, walk out. Walk back in, jump up. Ready? Let's go. Off we go. Now, this is the last exercise. So this is exercise number 8. We're then going to move on to the next round without stopping. So you're only going to get 15 seconds of rest before we start again. We're going to go through that circuit a second time. It's just going to be the exact same. We're not going to change anything. We're just going to try and work even harder. 45 seconds on, 15 seconds off. Okay, so walk out into a press-up position, walk the hands back, jump up into the air, land on soft knees, and then straight back down, hands onto the floor, walk out into that press-up position, back up onto your feet. Try and keep it quite springy, quite explosive. Time, that's one circuit done. We're back into that squat and pulse. So 1, 2, feet out, feet in. 1, 2, feet out, feet in. 1, 2, feet out, feet in. Each time, nice and springy. Let's go, second round. So feet out, feet in, 2 pulses. So again, with those 2 pulses, get your feet flat on the floor. 1, 2, each time. So nice and springy. Pop those feet out, pop those feet back in. If you need to take the impact out of it, you can do that pulse where you do 1, 2, but then you step, 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 step. That's fine. You take that, you take the jump out of it, you take the impact out of it, but you grade it as you need to. Let's keep going. You've still got another 10 seconds. Now, second time round, this is the last time you'll do any of these exercises. So we're going to go into the low press up and toe tap next. Time. Okay, guys, 15 seconds. Come down, foot out, in, up, down, out, in, up, down. Bit of coordination required. Ready? Let's go. Off we go. 45 seconds. So low in that press up. Get the chest just off the floor. Let's have a little look around the cameras. Looks good so far. Excellent, good. So again, get the chest close to the floor, foot out, back in, foot out, back in, up and down in the press up, and then go again. Try and press up really explosively from the floor. So push hard into the floor. 20 seconds of it to go. 20 seconds of it to go. This is good. So we are, provided, as we say, everything goes to plan with the easing of lockdown, we are on a countdown back to our training sessions, whether they're with O2 touch, whether they're with the 15 teams. Time, guys, 15 seconds to rest. We're into that curtsy, lunge, and pulse. So that step across. 1, 2, 3. Knee really close to the floor. 1, 2, 3. So if you want to make it really challenging, just slow it right down. 1, 2, 3. Off we go. Let's go. So you probably heard that beep a second or two before. So again, you want to make that more challenging, just slow it down. The slower you go, the more challenging that one is, especially for those 3 pulses on each side. Especially for those 3 pulses on each side. Me, I will be trying to do every bit of rugby I can get my hands on. Until my gym reopens a few weeks later, when I won't have time anymore. Let's keep working, guys, right to the end of this one. Time, 15 seconds. You're into that side-to-side press up, fingertips out to the sides. The wider your hands are, the more challenging it is. Side to side. So start right, center, left, center, or right, center, left, center. Ready? Off we go. Let's go. Side to side. So from the knees or from the toes. So I keep pushing buttons on my watch whenever I'm doing that. Side to side press up. So again, to one side, back to the center, to the other side, back to the center. That's side to side press up. Now, the straighter you can get one of your arms, the more challenging that becomes as you go through. 15 seconds remaining. We're then into that alternating single leg squat. Okay, so the pistol squat, the one we've done before. So again, time, 15 seconds to recover. So your single leg squat, down low as you can on one side, down low as you can on the other. Just keep alternating. Keep your standing foot flat on the floor, other foot lifts up. So again, low as you can get, off we go. Just alternating sides, getting as much room as you can, or as much range as you can, I should say. We're then into your sit outs, your break dancers. Now, I watched a couple of those on the cameras before. They look really, really good, really solid. Just try and keep them quite dynamic. Every time your bum hits the floor, try and have your torso as vertical as possible. There'll always be a little bit of a lean, but try and get yourself as vertical as you can in it. I'll demo what I mean in a few seconds. 10 seconds left on this one, then we're into those sit-outs and break dancers. So again, from that all fours position, knees will be just off the floor. 3, 2, 1, rest. So 15 seconds. So you're going to sit out. So I'm sat up quite tall, back in, and I'm sat out tall again. So again, from there, that's my sitting position, up nice and tall, not sat across like that. I'm trying to get my hips close to my hands each time. Off we go. Let's go. So again, be quite dynamic. One side, pivot across, and nice and quick. Really dynamic movement, or as dynamic as you can get. So again, there are things that can help. So don't be afraid to reach out. Somebody reached out last week, was asking they were feeling a few of the exercises on the wrists, which is one of the risks of training bodyweight exercises at home, because you spend a lot of time with your wrist in that kind of flexed position. So I've recommended a video from a company called Gold Medal Bodies. It's on YouTube. If anybody wants it, just message me. I'll link you the video. Time, 15 seconds to rest. Last exercise in this round, then we get a rest, a well-earned rest. You've got your walk out to jump. So walk out, back in, jump up, walk out, back in, jump up. Let's go. Final 45 seconds of the first block. Final 45 seconds of the first block. Let's keep working. So again, there are things that I am very good at. I'm not afraid to say that. There are things that I am not so good at. I'm not afraid to say that either. But there are plenty of experts for everything on YouTube. And Gold Medal Bodies, he is actually a gymnast, and it's a warm-up series he uses for handstands. So of course, you don't get much more pressure on the wrists than being in a handstand position. So it's a good one to select some of your exercises from. So I'll link you up with that video if anybody wants that afterwards. Well worth, I have no problem recommending experts. Okay, guys, relax, 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 relax. You have got time to recover, okay? You've got time to recover. So bring your heart rate down, grab yourselves a drink, and also while you're grabbing that drink, make sure that you grab yourself a chair, because that's what we're going to need next, okay? So we're going to need that for not every exercise, but most exercises in the next block. And it's the exact same pattern in the next block, okay? It's going to be a number of different exercises. Each of them is going to be for 45 seconds. You then get 15 seconds of rest, and then we go straight on to the next exercise. So again, like we did before, I'll demo the first one ahead of time, but it's dead easy the next one. Well, relatively, technically, it's very easy. Technically, it's very easy. To perform it, maybe not so much, maybe not so much. So our first exercise doesn't actually require the chair. it's just going to be a low press up hold. So all I want you to do, hands narrower than shoulder width apart. Bring yourself down, hold yourself just off the floor. So not actually touching the floor, just holding that position. When I feel I can't hold it any longer, drive up and then reset again. Try to avoid collapsing onto the floor. So you never actually rest on the floor. You are just holding your body off the floor. That is going to be our first exercise for 45 seconds. If anybody wants to make that more challenging, do the same thing, but have your feet up on the chair. Have your feet up on the chair. We're going for that one in 5 seconds time. Okay, so 5 seconds time, that narrow push-up hold. Going in. 3, 2,
1.
Let's go for it. Off we go. So lower your chest down close to the floor and hold yourself into the floor. So try and push your hands as hard into the floor as you can without coming up out of that press up. So you're not just holding, you're actually actively squeezing down into the floor each time. You're actively squeezing down. So again, you're going to have your feet on the chair for some of these exercises. So if you don't want to dirty up the chair, make sure you've got something that you can put your feet on. I'm just going to use a jumper so I can go in the wash. Let's keep working. 15 seconds left. Again, every time that you feel, just push up hard and reset. Hold yourself down. Next one's going to be a Bulgarian split squat with hop. You're going to put your right foot on the chair. Time. So right foot on the chair. Shoelaces on top of the chair. Lower down. Hold for 2 seconds. Hop. Hold for 2 seconds. Hop. Hold for 2 seconds. Hop each time. So right foot stays on the chair the whole way through. Ready? Let's go. Off we go. So right foot on the chair for this one. Reason being, the next exercise is not the left leg. It's actually a different exercise. It's a different exercise. So right foot on the chair for that exercise. All right. The next one, you're going to be sat on the chair. Well, you're going to sit for a second. And there's going to be some dips. Just get myself into position. So 20 seconds. 20 seconds. Now you want to change over quite quickly. So I'm going to start to demo this one a bit early, because obviously you guys will be getting off the floor or getting off the chair and into position, as well as trying to look at the screen. So you got 5 seconds left. It's going to be a dip with a knee tuck. So a dip with a knee tuck. That's your rest. So dip, knee tuck. As you drop down, one knee comes into your chest, back out, knee comes into your chest, back out. Ready, and off we go. Let's go. So dip, knee tuck, dip, knee tuck each time. So every time you drop down in that dip, knee comes into your chest as close as you can get it. Come back up and then do the same thing with the other leg. This challenge on the core creates compression through the core while also working through the chest and triceps. Now, if you struggle to do that knee tuck, just move your standing foot a bit closer to the chair. That gives you a little bit more support through the leg. So rather than being fully extended, you can make it a bit easier by bringing your feet in. You can still do the knee tuck, but you don't have as much weight as fully stretched out through the legs. Just helps you adapt that. Now your next one, you're going back to your Bulgarian split squat. Time. Okay, guys, Bulgarian split squat this time. Left foot on the chair, so shoelaces on. Hold, hop. Hold for 2, hop. Hold for 2, hop. Each time, really explode up with that hop. Off we go. Let's go. So left foot on the chair this time. Left foot on the chair this time. So it's down to the bottom. Hold that position for 2 seconds and drive up. Now then, some of you quite springy. Try to make sure you down to the bottom and hold. It's that pause is the key on this one. The pause is the most challenging part, but it is key. Last couple of seconds. We're then going to go into a chair mountain climber on the next one. So you're going to need both feet on the chair, hands on the floor. It's all about control, this next one. It's not about speed. Time. Okay, guys, so press up position. You're going to bring one knee in, try and touch tricep, back out, touch the tricep, back out. It's just that controlled speed, nice and easy, trying to get in as close as possible. Off we go, let's go. So both feet on the chair. Drive one knee in, try and touch your elbow or your tricep. Don't let your foot hit the floor. Your foot should never hit the floor in this one. It's just that touch in, back up. Keep your hips up high. Don't let your hips drop down too low. Higher you can keep your hips in this position, the more challenging it is. That's it, in and touch, touching the tricep. If you can get your knee right into your own armpit, you'll be doing great. Now the next one, I want you to judge for yourself whether you do the full exercise. It just depends on what your chair is like. I'm fine with this one. If your chair isn't suitable for standing on, don't do the standing on part. Okay, so we're going to go into get up, stand up. Okay, so get up, stand up. So in front of your chair, lie onto your back. When you stand up, you then finish the move with a step up. And then it's off the chair, lie down, same thing. Stand up, step up. Off we go. Let's go. 45 seconds. So get up, stand up. That's it each time. So again, if your chair isn't suitable for standing on, just skip the step up part. Just do the get ups part. What I don't want to see when I look through the videos is just to see somebody calving out across the back of their chair, or their chair slips across the floor. Should be suitable. Your next one now, again, there's a lot of variation. You can go hard, medium, or easy. You must do all your press-ups on your toes, so it's press-ups. All of them must be on your toes. You either do toes on the chair, hands on the floor, that's your hardest one. No chair, that's your medium one, or your easy one is hands on the chair. So easy is hands on. You can go even easier by putting your hands on the back of the chair. Medium on the floor. And then hard on the chair. Off we go. Let's go. So no press ups on the knees this time. I want them to be on the toes no matter what. If you need the easiest version, go on the back of the chair, which lifts you up even higher. But again, you're from the toes. It's a full press up. It's just hands elevated. Or if you think you've got that, go feet on the chair. Try and get your chest as low to the floor as possible. Now, particularly if you're doing the decline one, don't headbutt the floor. You'd be surprised how often you have to tell people that. Okay, guys, the next one, again, is all about being slow and controlled. You're going to have both feet up on the chair. It's going to be a leg curl. A leg curl. Time. Okay, guys, so in that position there, so hands beside your hips, lift your bum off the floor. You're going to curl in and up, and then slowly back down. Curl in and up. Slowly back down. 45 seconds. Ready? Off we go. In and up. Slowly back down. This is the last exercise on this first round. We've got to do everything again. So again, curl in and up and slowly back down. Try to keep your bum off the floor the whole way through if you can. Now, if you have trouble with your wrists, you can do this one on your knuckles. That's not that comfortable either, but it's another option. Again, curl in and up, slowly back down. You should feel backs of the legs working hard in this one. We're back to our first one, which is that narrow push up and hold. So holding yourself off the floor, just off the floor in this next one. And time, 15 seconds to recover. 15 seconds to recover, then hands narrower than your shoulders, low press up position. Low press up position. We're going in 5 seconds. Okay, going 3, 2, 1, off we go. So hold yourself just off the floor. Hold yourself just off the floor. Here's where I realize, because we've not been open for a few months, could probably do with a Hoover in here. If you collapse onto the floor, just drive up, reset, and bring yourself down into that low push-up position again. So drive up, reset, and go again. Obviously, the easiest thing to do is just to hold yourself there for the full 45 seconds. Easiest, he says. So we've got that Bulgarian split squat next. So again, right foot on the chair first. Time, okay, guys? So shoelaces on the chair, okay? So you're not digging in with the toe. Shoelaces on the chair, down, hold for 2, hop. Hold for 2, hop. Now notice I've got my foot quite a way out in front, hop. So I'm not back here where I'm crammed in. I'm actually out in front, so I'm getting that stretch on my hip flexor. Off we go, if you haven't already. I forget that I'm on microphone, so you may not be able to hear that beep as clearly as I can. So again, down, hold, and explode up. Down, hold, and explode up. This is good. And the further out that foot is in front, the more of a stretch you'll get on that rear quad, that hip flexor. Good. So remember, you've got your dip with knee tuck as your next exercise. You know, you'll notice I'm taking the opportunity to sit down on the chair rather early. And time. Okay, guys. So dip and knee tuck. Your harder version, legs straight, lower down. As you lower down, bring that knee in, come up, back down. If you need to make it a bit easier, walk your feet in. That's a bit easier. You can still do the knee tuck. You're just not having to hold as much body weight. Off we go. Let's go. 45 seconds. But again, through this whole way through, you're trying to, you're trying to challenge yourself as much as you possibly can. So what I'm seeing, actually, really solid all the way through all the videos that I am seeing. Lots of good form, lots of good contraction through this. So it's not about rushing through it, it's about getting good quality movement. So you're back onto your feet on the next one. You'll have your left foot on the chair this time for that Bulgarian split squat. And remember, your standing foot out in front. So going, you get another last couple of seconds. Remember, second time is last time. Second time is last time. Okay, relax. From there, so left foot on the chair, right foot out in front. And it's that lower down, hold, 1, 2, hop. Hold, 1, 2, hop each time. Off we go, let's go. So we're straight into that hold, 1, 2, hop. Make sure there is that hold at the bottom. Get down as low as you comfortably can. 15 seconds in, 30 seconds left to go on this one. We then go into that chair mountain climber. So both feet on the chair on the next exercise. Hands on the floor. Now, of course, if you need an easier version, the obvious easier option is to put hands and feet on the floor. But the exercise is the exact same apart from that. 10 more seconds, 10 more seconds. So again, mountain climber, both feet on the chair, bringing one knee in, trying to hit your tricep, your back of your arm, the back of your arm. Ready? Time. 15 seconds to get into position. Keeping those hips relatively high. Knee comes in, touch, back out, in, touch, back out. And it's that movement. Off we go, let's go. So that chair mountain climber. That's it, yeah. This is good. That's what I do like to see. If anybody does have any struggles with any injury, say it is wrist or elbow or shoulder, need a break, keep moving, do another exercise. So I'm seeing high knees in there from somebody. That's it, yeah, that's absolutely fine. That's a perfect alternative. It's the same kind of movement, just keeps your heart rate up, keeps you moving, ready for the next exercise. We're then into your get up, stand up. So again, choose whether or not your chair is suitable for doing the stand up. If it was suitable the last time, it's probably still suitable. But again, get up. Okay, rest there, 15 seconds, but then get up, step up, knee up each time. Then lie back down onto the floor each time. Drive up, stand up each time. Ready? Let's go. We're into that get up, stand up. Get up, stand up. If there isn't one person that's not saying, you know, stand up for your rights after this, either I'm just too old. I think that might be the issue. If you are singing, you know, get up, stand up, you're maybe just as old as I am then. That's it. I'm desperately trying to stop myself from going into the cliches, you know, get up, stand up, don't give up the fight. We're into your press up variations next. So again, either decline, flat, or incline. Any option is fine, but you must do your press ups from your toes. You must do your press ups from your toes the whole way through. Change, let's go. So let's go. I'm going to go decline for this one. So feet on the chair, and again, chest to the floor and back up. Don't let your head bounce off the floor. Temptation is sometimes to drop your head, but you're upside down, so your forehead will hit the floor first. Your goal is to get your chest to the floor. Off we go. Let's go. So in those decline press-ups, you've then got your leg curl. So your leg curl, that one you should feel your hamstrings on. Feel them working hard. So the third and final circuit we do is only 5 exercises, but we do the same pattern, 45 seconds on, 15 seconds off for 2 rounds, and that's it. So it's 10 minutes for the final round. But you've got your leg curl. I'll demo that again. Rest. Okay, guys, so feet up on the chair, hips off the floor, curl your legs, hips in and up, slowly on the way back down, hips in and up, slowly on the way back down. So big drive on the way up, off we go, slow on the way back down. In and up, slow down. Each time, so it's control. Try and keep your hips off the floor so you're not resting on the floor at the bottom, you're actually keeping yourself lifted off the floor. This is the challenge on that one. If you struggle, actually, there we go. We did have somebody who was doing high knees instead. So if you struggle with that position, shoulders, wrists, whatever it is, you can do the same exercise. Where's my microphone gone? You can do the same exercise with that hips on the floor. It's just that bridge, just curl in. Make sure you're using hamstrings hard as you can on the floor. You just take your arms out of the equation. Time. Okay, guys, that is circuit number 2 done. Circuit number 2 done. So you can get rid of your chair. You don't need it for the last one. Oops, sorry, got rid of me timer. So you don't need it for the last one. We just need a bit of space to do some core work. So you're only going to do each exercise twice. And the only difference we do this time is that we're going to do each exercise twice before we move on. So we do it twice, then it's done. So it'll be 45 seconds of exercise number 1, 15 seconds of rest, and then another 45 seconds of exercise number 1. Then it's exercise 2, exercise 3, 4, and finally 5. Hopefully that should make sense to everybody. So it means that each exercise you do it for 2 rounds before you move on. So again, I'll demo the first one ahead of time, then we'll get going and I'll introduce them as we go along. So first one's going to be your Spider-Man plank. So you're going to be in a plank position. And what I want you to do in that one is plank position, bring your knee up towards your armpit, back out. So there's a little bit of a tilt of the hips and it's that twist from side to side, 45 seconds. So again, if you're looking at that from that angle, knee comes in, knee comes in. So it's like a mountain climber, but you're much lower to the floor, so you have to bring your knee out to the side each time. So let's go for it. Again, in 5 seconds, let's go. So going in,
3,
2, 1, let's go. So into that Spider-Man plank for 45 seconds. Twice, okay, so 45 seconds. So again, that plank position, and then your knee will come out to the side, back in, pivot to the other side, and do the same thing on the other side. Keep your hips as low, quite low to the floor. You still want that plank position, so don't let your hips creep up into the air. Try and stay nice and flat through the body as much as you can. If you try, the reason to call that, if you try and visualize what it would look like from a bird's eye view, you don't look unlike Spider-Man scaling a building. Sticking close to the wall, keeping center of gravity close to the wall. That's it. Last couple of seconds on this one, then we're going to do the same exercise again. Time, 15 seconds again, 15 seconds again. So again, you got another 45 seconds of the same exercise, and then that one is done. You don't have to come back to it again. So for the second time and final time, 2, 1, let's go. Spider-Man plank again. So again, plank position. Try and stay nice and stable. Knee comes up on the left, stretch out, up on the right, stretch out, up on the left, up on the right. Let's squeeze through. So again, these last ones are all core-based exercises. And it's not just your core, but it is, they're all core focused. more so than the first two blocks, which were upper body, lower body, or total body. These are more core focused as much as possible. We're coming into some sprinter sit-ups next, some sprinter sit-ups. So as a sit-up, you'll go from full stretch, time, 15 seconds of rest. So full stretch. As you come up, bring one knee in. As you come back out, bring the other knee in. So it's that stretch in, stretch out. Every time you come down, left knee, right knee. Let's go for it. Off we go. So again, every time you lie down, stretch your hands back and then come in. One knee comes in and then the other knee comes in. You stop lying down because my earphone keeps falling out. So again, that reach back, you know, almost, not quite, but emulates that kind of sprinting motion when you bring one knee in, you drive it in like you would do in a sprint, and you alternate which knee comes in each time. Unless you just move your right knee and sprint in a very, very small circle. This is good. So again, we're going to go back into this one. So time, you've got 15 seconds to recover. We're going to do the same exercise again, okay? The same exercise again. So it's that sprinter sit-up. Each time, earphone fall out again. And if that stretch out, comes up, stretch out, comes up. Off we go. You can add a little bit of a twist to it if you want to make it a bit more effective. So try and twist over that thigh. So as you come up, you can come up and across. That was terrible, I twisted the wrong way there as an example. So you just go up, twist across that thigh. And same thing on the other side. So even professionals get it wrong. So if the left knee comes in, you'll twist to the left. If the right knee comes in, you'll twist to the right. I thought opposite for some reason in my head. Let's keep going. Last couple of seconds, we're then into some plank reaches. There's two options again. So again, you can go plank position, and all you're going to do is just reach out in front. So tap the floor as far out in front as possible. If you want to come off the elbows, you can do the same exercise, just Superman reach. Off we go. If you want to come off the hands completely, come into a hollow body position. So press your lower back into the floor and just reach one hand back, other hand back, one hand back, and the other hand back. So that's your other option. Takes your pressure off your shoulders, your wrists, if they're feeling the effect of it. That's Superman. That's good. If you're in the hollow body, just make sure that your feet are slightly outside of your hips. By that I mean that they're not pulled in here yet. They're actually stretched a little bit beyond there. So you actually still have to use your core to stop your legs from falling towards the floor. If they're too far in, you're not using your core effectively. Okay, guys, time. That's one round of that one. We got one more round. So again, those plank reaches, those Superman reaches, or that hollow body position where you reach one hand back and come back in each time. Off we go. Let's go. Second round of this. We're then going to come into a hip lift, which is no fun. It's effective. Where you're going to press hands onto the floor. Either side of you, you're going to be lying on your back. That's a leg raise where you're going to try and push your hips straight up towards the ceiling. If you're tall and you've got low light and fittings, you want to be careful on this one. Okay, so you're going to be lying on the floor in the next one. So you got the last couple of seconds of this. I need to get myself like a piece of tape, stick this earphone in my ear because it keeps falling out. Time. Okay, guys, so from there, arms planted on the floor, leg raise, hips up, control back down. Leg raise, hips up, control back down. Each time. Try to get the height off the floor as you tuck in, come back up. Off we go. Let's go. So round number one of these. So again, as you roll the hips up or roll the legs in, try and kick the soles of your feet directly up towards the ceiling. The temptation sometimes actually, again, is to go too far over your head. So I want you to try and push straight up from your hips. You're not trying to go over your head. So you're not trying to go back that way. You're trying to keep your feet straight up as much as possible. So it's that. Looking good. The last couple of seconds, we've got one more round of this one. This is probably the most intense one. Relax, relax, relax. 15 seconds to recover. You can curl yourself into a ball or you can stretch out on the floor, whichever one makes you feel more comfortable. We're going to go back into that one again. Final time, 2, 1, let's go. Off we go. So we're back into that same hip lift. Now the good news, such as it is that the last exercise is a side exercise. You're going to do your first round on your right side. You'll do your second round on your left side. So there is a little bit of respite. You're not doing the same exercise twice. You're not going to have to do it for 4 rounds, 2 on the right and 2 on the left. It's just 1 right, 1 left for the last exercise. It's good. Really focus on that control on the way down. Don't let your weight drop onto the floor. Even if it's only 1 millisecond slower than gravity would have got it down there, that's a success. Time. Okay, guys, last one is going to be a side plank crunch. So up into a side plank, one hand behind your head, and it's going to come down, elbow to your thumb, and back up. Elbow to your thumb, and back up. So it's that side plank crunch. Off we go. Let's go. If you need to make that easier, you do the same exercise, knees bent, crunch. So it's the exact same exercise, but you're not at full extension, so it makes that exercise just a fraction easier. So this full round is going to be on your right side, so my right hand is on the floor. If you've done it wrong, just make sure you do it wrong the next time. And again, that crunch down and back up. Really extend up each time so you end up in that full side plank. 15 seconds. So we keep working. This is this side done at the end of this round. You've then got to do the same thing on the other side. And time. So again, get yourself onto your other side, roll over, left arm on the floor this time. So again, hard version, feet out in front, easier version, knees bent in behind, but the same exercise, elbow up, 2, 1, let's go. So elbow to the thumb or to the floor and back up each time. So it's that crunch, back up, back down. Really turn the shoulders, turn the body down into it, because you can't reach just by dropping your elbow. So you got to turn your body down and come back up each time. This is your last 22 seconds. So this is your last 22 seconds of today's session. That is it then. We are finished after that. Last 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. That is us done, guys. That is us finished. So, as always, thank you for joining in. Thank you for taking part. It's great to see so many regular faces at it. Good news, of course, for the Spartans among us about O2 Touch from March 29th, which is amazing. So fingers crossed, nothing gets pushed back in terms of easing of lockdown. But as we are still in lockdown until then, we will continue with sessions next week. So again, guys, thanks for joining. I will see you guys next week.
Cheers, Neil. Thank you very much.
Thanks,
You're
Neil.
very welcome.
Cheers, thanks.
You're welcome, guys.
Cheers, Neil.